In February 2025, a significant political clash erupted between President Donald Trump and New York Governor Kathy Hochul over New York City's congestion pricing program. This program, initiated in January 2025, imposed a $9 toll on vehicles entering Manhattan's designated congestion relief zone during peak hours on weekdays, aiming to reduce traffic congestion and generate revenue for public transportation improvements. The controversy intensified when the Trump administration, through U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, rescinded federal approval for the congestion pricing plan on February 19, 2025. Duffy criticized the toll as an undue burden on working-class Americans and small businesses, stating, "The $9 toll is an unfair charge on American taxpayers who have already funded these roads." This action effectively halted the program, sparking a heated dispute between federal and state authorities. Governor Hochul responded vehemently to the federal intervention. In a press conference, she accused President Trump of overstepping his authority and undermining New York's autonomy. Displaying a mock Time magazine cover depicting Trump as a monarch, Hochul declared, "We are a nation of laws, not ruled by a king." She emphasized that the state would not be intimidated and vowed to challenge the federal government's decision through legal avenues. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority, MTA, which oversees the congestion pricing initiative, joined the legal battle by filing a federal lawsuit to maintain the tolls. MTA CEO Janno Lieber argued that the program had already yielded positive results, citing a 9% reduction in Manhattan traffic since its implementation. Lieber stated, "The data speaks for itself, congestion pricing is working, and we intend to defend it vigorously." Public opinion on the issue remained divided. Some New Yorkers supported the halt, viewing the toll as a financial strain, while others endorsed it for its traffic mitigation benefits. Letters to the editor in local publications reflected this split, with critics labeling the program a scam, and supporters urging audits of the MTA to ensure fiscal responsibility. Amid the escalating feud, President Trump took to social media, proclaiming, "Congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan, and all of New York, is saved. Long live the king." This declaration further fueled tensions, with Governor Hochul retorting that New York would not be subjugated by federal overreach. She asserted, "I'm here to say, New York hasn't bowed to kings before, and we won't start now." The legal proceedings introduced uncertainty regarding the future of congestion pricing in New York City. While the MTA sought an injunction to keep the tolls active during the litigation, the timeline for a judicial resolution remained unclear. Transportation Secretary Duffy hinted at a potential compromise, expressing openness to a revised version of congestion pricing that would address concerns about fairness and economic impact. This confrontation underscored the broader tensions between state and federal authorities, particularly concerning urban policy and infrastructure funding. Governor Hochul framed the issue as a matter of state sovereignty, while the Trump administration positioned it as a defense of taxpayers' interests. The outcome of this dispute was poised to set a precedent for similar initiatives nationwide. As the situation developed, both sides mobilized public support. Governor Hochul launched a campaign highlighting the environmental and traffic reduction benefits of congestion pricing, enlisting endorsements from environmental groups and public transit advocates. Conversely, President Trump rallied support from small business owners and commuters who viewed the toll as an economic hardship. The media closely monitored the unfolding drama, with pundits debating the merits and drawbacks of congestion pricing. Some analysts viewed the federal intervention as an overreach, while others saw it as a necessary check on state policies perceived as overburdening taxpayers. The discourse extended to discussions about urban planning, environmental policy, and the balance of power between state and federal governments. In the midst of the legal and political turmoil, the practical implications for New Yorkers remained a pressing concern. Commuters faced uncertainty regarding toll charges, and businesses grappled with the potential economic impact of the program's suspension or reinstatement. The MTA continued its efforts to maintain and improve public transportation services, emphasizing the necessity of funding mechanisms like congestion pricing to support infrastructure projects. As the legal battle progressed, both the state and federal governments prepared for a protracted conflict. Governor Hochul's administration allocated resources for the legal defense of congestion pricing, while the Trump administration fortified its position against the program. Observers anticipated that the dispute could ascend to higher courts, potentially reaching the Supreme Court, given its implications for federalism and state rights. The outcome of this confrontation was expected to influence future urban policy decisions across the United States. Cities considering similar congestion pricing schemes monitored the situation closely, aware that the legal and political precedents set in New York could affect their own initiatives. The case also prompted a re-evaluation of the roles of federal and state governments in regulating urban infrastructure and transportation policies. In the broader context, the Trump-Hochul feud over congestion pricing highlighted the complexities of implementing policies aimed at addressing urban challenges in a politically polarized environment. The interplay of economic, environmental, and social factors made the issue multifaceted, with no easy solutions. Subscribe to my YouTube channel for more news updates.